In this movie, I want us to understand the difference between fast-forward merges and real merges. When I first gave you an example of what a merge looks like, I said that it looked something like this, and then we made a merge commit that brought those two branches back together, and it did it with a new commit. But that's not what actually happened in the last movie when we did our first merge. And the reason why is because this isn't really representative of the state of our two branches at that time. We hadn't made additional changes to master yet. It actually looks something more like this. So we had made our branch, we had made another commit on that branch, but we had not made any changes to master. As a result, it did a fast forward merge. You may or may not have noticed, but it actually came up and told us that when we did the merge. What happens is when Git goes to do a merge, it takes the thing that you're merging in, and it starts at the end of it, and it looks back at all the ancestors, all the way back up to the beginning. So in our example here, it starts with BA8CE, and then it goes to 534DE, all the way back till it gets to 84C46A, all the way down the chain. And along the way, it looks to see whether it has the head pointer of the current master branch. In our case, the head pointer was pointing at the commit where the branch was made. No movement had been made. If it does that, if in the chain of ancestors it sees the head, it says, oh, I'm safe to do a fast forward merge. I don't need to do that fancy merging and make a new commit. Instead, what I can actually do is I can just move that commit up into my timeline and move the head along to it. Now, revised navigation also points to the same thing. They both point to BA8CE. There was no need to make a new commit. It could just fast forward along the chain and merge that way. So we know that that's true because we can do git log SEO title -- one line, and then let's just look at 3 of those lines. Now notice that the top commit here, DC9C83C, that's the thing that had changed before in SEO title. That's what we merged into master. So let's take a look now at master. See the same commits here. It's got the same SHA. It's the exact same object stored in Git. It did not make a new commit in order to merge these two together. It did a fast forward. Now there are a couple of options with merge that are related to fast forward. The first is the NoFF option. So that would be git merge -- NoFF and then whatever branch you were trying to merge. The NoFF option forces Git to create a merge commit anyway. It says don't do a fast forward, make a new commit with a commit message anyway. And the main reason you would want to do this is if you wanted some kind of documentation of the fact that you did do this merge. You didn't want it to just quietly do it, you wanted it to sort of make some noise in your Git log. The other option you should know about is the FF only option. Don't get those confused. NoFF says don't do a fast forward. FF only says do the merge only if you can do a fast forward. If you can't do a fast forward merge, then just abort. Don't try and do it at all, just exit. So we won't do either one of those now, but those are useful options to know. All right, so now, as a contrast, let's try an example of a true merge or a non-fast forward merge. Let's take a look at our branches. So we've already merged in our SEO title branch. What I want to do is I want to merge in our shortened title branch and make those changes. Now, if we were just to merge it in the way we did before, git merge shortened title, it would do a fast forward merge. Why is that? Well, it's because the only object that's different between them is the one commit now that master doesn't have. There were 2 commits that master was missing before, now it's only missing 1, and it would just fast forward one more time. Instead, we need to make it so that it's non-fast forward, and the way that we do that is we need another commit on master. If there's another commit on master, then it will no longer be able to just fast forward because now head will have moved to a new commit that is not in the shortened title branch. So let's try that. You'll want to make sure you're on your master branch, and then let's edit our contact.html. And you say it says Explore California, contact us. Let's take out the us. So it's just contact. Close it up, clear it, git status. So we have our contact file there. Git add contact.html, git commit -m, and edit contact.html title. Okay, so now we've made our commit. Git log one line. Let's just look at 3. So there it is. Now we have a new commit that comes after this DC9 commit. So git log for the shortened title branch. Let's just take a look at that one real quick. Notice now it has that commit here, but then there are 2 commits that come after it. So we've got a common ancestor, but right now head is pointing here, and it's not one of the ancestors of the shortened title branch. So it won't be a fast forward merge, it'll be a true merge. The process is the same though. We just say git merge shorten title. Now Git popped up and it asked me to provide a commit message here. That's because I had configured it to have TextMate as my default editor. It may have popped you into a different editor, or it can be configured so that it doesn't give you the opportunity to edit it, that it just goes ahead and makes this commit with this commit message, merge branch shorten title. All of these lines are going to get ignored and left out of the commit message. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this. So I'm just going to hit save and close it. And it says merge made by the recursive strategy. So merge has different strategies for merging. Recursive is typically the one that you're going to see there, and it figured out how to make a merge between the two. If we take a look at the log for the master branch now, you'll see that we have a new commit, merge branch shorten title, that comes after that one, and that is the commit that ties these two items back in together. And then sure enough, if we take a look over here, our contact page is what we would expect, and if we take a look at our index page, it is our shorter title here as well. Now you may be wondering, what about the fact that the index.html was different in the master branch? Well, that might at first seem like it's a conflict between the two, but it's not, because the change to the shortened title branch was made after that. It has that as an ancestor. So it was able to resolve it. It was able to say, oh, I see, later that thing was changed. There's a snapshot that addresses that change. So it wasn't any kind of conflict, the same way that it wasn't a conflict when we did our fast forward merge. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of the two ways that Git can handle merges, either by fast forward or by doing a real merge. And it's pretty good at figuring out how to merge things in. However, sometimes there are merge conflicts. Sometimes there are problems that Git can't solve on its own, and it needs you to resolve them. And that's what we're going to look at in the next couple movies.